Well, Terry, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Um, I just want you to know that this is again a safe space and we'll definitely be going at your own pace. I want you to make sure that you do or say whatever feels important for you to share with me today
Hmm.
and be comfortable throughout this session um, that we're going to have with you today. I looked forward to knowing that you were coming in today. I wanted to ask you about your dogs and how they're doing.
They are a handful and adorable all at the same time. My daughter always asks me if you had to get rid of one of them, which would it be? And it gets harder to answer the question because I'm like, they grow on me a little bit each day,
Mhm.
unless they start barking in the background during our session, then I'll give them all away. But that's just temporarily. Then I'll want them right back to snuggle them at night.
Definitely understand. I bet they're very comforting to you at times, so I can understand that. So tell me, what is it that you'd like to share with me this during this session?
No, there's been a lot of things coming up recently. Uh, I'd recently kind of deleted my mother out of the picture for a while, just because of her alcoholic nature and past abusive, in mental and physical ways growing up. And for about 6 months, I had her blocked on everything. But then for some odd reason, I kind of felt the need to unblock just to see the craziness again.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that's a healthy thing to do.
What makes you feel that it may not be a healthy thing to do?
Thinking it's starting to add more stress, uh, just by, I mean, I know social media is like silly for the most part, but to see some of the negative things she puts up there talking about, to openly say in front of everybody that your three kids were the worst decision ever, and to try to claim that we're all rape babies is just a little far-fetched for me. And I know deep down it's her addiction, but there's still that anger that goes with it. And I
Mhm.
could delete it out, but then I know it's still happening in the background.
Mhm.
And I kind of want to know what's happening in the background. And I think my addictive nature craves a little bit of chaos. And I'm not sure where to start or stop with that kind of behavior.
So, if a younger you were here, what might they say?
If the younger me were here,
Hmm.
the younger me would just say, that's your mom. You're supposed to love her regardless.
Hmm.
But I also think the younger me is naive.
Because you felt not protected.
No, very, very seldom was it nurturing.
Mhm.
It was, for example, breaking my thumb in little league practice, the coach giving me a ride home where my thumb is almost the size of a baseball itself. And in order to go to the ER, I had to sit there and wait on her to do her makeup for an hour to take me a block to the ER.
Mhm.
So that's one of my early things where I kind of knew I wasn't a priority.
And that's okay for you to feel that way, that you felt that hurt on the inside, and understanding those emotions are your truths, and it's okay for you to have those thoughts and those feelings in this time. Um, when that thought comes to your mind, I wasn't protected, comes up. How about you possibly try adding, I'm safe now and I can protect myself? What do you think about reframing it in that form?
I think I've kind of been trying to do that.
Hmm.
uh, where I let everything get way out of control in addiction and lose everything. And now that I'm blessed enough to where things really did come back in abundance,
Hmm.
and I am in, you know, I have an amazing wife, I have the beautiful house, I have the new vehicles, my relationship's good again with my daughter, and there's slowly getting out of that space where it's okay, all this could disappear
Hmm.
because people are going to leave. It's slowly going away,
Hmm.
but I wonder if it'll ever go away. Because I know deep down, hey, I am good right now. I am content and happy, and everything I wanted and prayed for came true and
Right.
still coming true.
Hmm.
But
And
that
so when
thought in the
you,
back of the head still, but what if, you know?
right. And so those are some powerful moments that you're bringing up now for yourself. Those are some very important, positive things that you have going on in your life right now today. And that strength and those awesome things that you have in your family, the relationships, those are all great things that you have to account for yourself for today. And so they can step into the positive side of things for you, and you can kind of hold on to those things that are great and that are going on that are positive. Um, and when you start hearing that inner voice try to bring you back to those painful memories, then you can use those as your refocus of holding on to those positive things. Your daughter is now back in your life, and you have a great relationship with her now. You have a wonderful wife, and
And,
mhm.
and I just found this out. Uh, Something else that I didn't think was going to happen for a very long time, but when you get married and you got a stepdaughter who's also married, you get a call that says, "Hey, what do you want to be called?" And I'm like, do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, do you want to be called Grandpa?" So in January, I'll have a grandbaby.
Oh wow, that's
Not
awesome.
bloodline mine, but
Mhm.
she called me and said, "Do you want to be called Papa? Because Mom wants to be called Birdie." And I'm like, I asked my wife, I'm like, why the hell do you want to be called Birdie? And she's like, because it's cute and unique. And I'm like, okay, okay. And she's like, you should find something that goes with Birdie. And I'm like an animal? And I started looking stuff up, and I forgot what it reminded me. I don't even know if this is off topic or not, but it reminded me of the excitement when it came down to picking out a baby name for my daughter, was picking out a grandparent name for myself.
Mm.
So this whole looking through like, oh, what are modern things to be called for grandpa?
Mhm.
And I was like, or do I want to be old school like a Kentucky hillbilly and just be Papa?
Those are great, powerful
And
memories to hold on to, especially when you're channeling those painful memories from your childhood and trying to overcome those adversities. That hurt runs deep, and reliving those things can be very traumatizing. But you again have those positive regards that you have in your life going on today to kind of refocus your thoughts and channel those negative thoughts into something more positive when you're going through those emotions. Um, so when the thought comes up, I wasn't protected, what would it be like to also remind yourself, again, like I said before, I am safe now and I can protect myself, but then I also have a different life that I'm leading today.
it would definitely be helpful,
Hmm.
for me. One of the things where it's kind of like I know the right thing to do and I
Hmm.
know the right way to think. Uh, I think the whole what if I do end up successful? Gets a little scary because I think that's someplace I've never been. I've been to the bottom and I survived it,
Mhm.
but then you kind of get a little nervous when things really start going well. But then again, that is just going back to reminding myself that I have started incorporating faith in a relationship with God and just being like, hey man, I mean, I've went a little hungry before, but I've never starved. Like I've been pushed to a limit and tested, but then he handled everything for me. So in my head, I'm like, why would he quit now? So if I know God's not going to quit on me, why should I quit on believing that these positive things can still continue to keep rolling? It's just hard to imagine that, like, oh my gosh, is it possible to have this? Is it possible to like make these grades or have this job or be viewed in a society as like a good person?
Absolutely.
And it gets scary, but it's also something really exciting to look forward to. So I mean, constantly reminding myself of like, I guess self-worth
Mhm.
uh is playing a big role. And I think being more open and talking with my wife about my feelings, which I don't like to do at all, uh, is something I've started doing a little bit. But I got to remind myself that she will also respond to things, nature that I do, and she wants to fix it like I do,
Mhm.
but I don't need it fixed. I just need it vented out. And
Mhm.
then maybe tomorrow tell me how you'd fix it. But I mean, that's a process and it is helping me get through a lot of things in a healthy manner, I think.
Let me ask you, Terry, when you think about those times, what do you notice happening in your body at that moment?
The the past times or current times?
Either one.
Uh Past times, I'll get frustrated.
Mhm.
Uh I think I get anxious no matter what. I'm anxious with painters being in my house right now. But um anxious, fearful, and I think mad, like very mad, I think. But when I think of the positive things, uh, I get emotional in a good way because then I'll start being like, you know, I feel like a walking miracle sometimes and start to dive back into you don't deserve it, but then have to sit there and just keep building one positive thing on top of another. And uh, as to try and not let everything get too positive and develop an ego about anything or an ungrateful nature, I guess.
Would you like to try something with me?
Sure.
If you would, please place your hand gently on your chest, like such, and take a few slow breaths through your nose and hold for a second and breathe out slowly. And let's do that a couple of times. What do you notice?
A lot of random stuff I think about during the day went
Mhm.
away because I was just focused on something very simple as breathing.
Yeah.
And just was like, okay, let's make sure I inhale the right way and exhale the right way. And
Mhm.
a lot of other little tasks going on during the day
Mhm.
was that we're able to take a back seat.
Yeah. You gave your body space to release a lot of those little tensions that, you have built up inside, and that shows a lot of great strength. That shows a lot of strength in your on your behalf, and you're working through those emotions. And so that's what I'd like you to try to do when you are feeling that anxiety and that tension and frustration, is just take those moments to release yourself of those tensions so that you can regroup and recover your positive regard that you have going in that moment. Um, Sometimes um, it can help to think about the younger version of you, that if that child was protected, there might be a different outcome.
Right.
Um, so with that being said, you've done some really great work today, Terry. Um, and I want you to know that you have the power to turn those negatives into a positive. And you're starting to reclaim that safety that belongs to you now. You've done some really, really good work today, and connecting with your body and giving your inner child a voice. Um, Starting to shift how you see yourself now is very important. And I want you to focus on that. And so before we finish, what do you want to carry with you from this session?
The reminder to keep, not necessarily forget the past, but focus more on the present and the positive things I want for the future.
Right. Okay, that's a beautiful truth to hold on to. And you showed so much courage today. Would you be open to practicing that breathing exercise once a day and gently reminding yourself of how you can, cope through this, as a gentle reminder for yourself that I am safe now, I can protect myself, and we'll talk about how it feels the next time you visit.
Okay, I can do that.
Wonderful. I'm honored to walk with you through this journey, Terry. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming in.
Thank you.